Hello and welcome to Living in the Lehigh Valley, where our focus is your health and wellness. I'm your host, Brittany Sweeney. A farm outside Allentown is being rejuvenated to offer fresh, organic produce to the Lehigh Valley's older population. Rodale Institute and Phoebe Ministries recently broke ground on Phoebe Organic Farm in a place familiar to the organic farming movement. With the scoop of a shovel, a partnership is planted. The Rodale Institute and Phoebe Ministries are coming together to breathe new life into a piece of land that was pivotal to the concept of organic farming.
J.I. Rodale purchased this farm in the late 1930s, and he started his research, which ultimately birthed what is now a $100 billion industry worldwide.
Rodale's founder's farm sits just off Mine Site Road in Lower Macungie Township.
It was a very rundown farm when they bought it, and they completely regenerated it through not using any chemicals or pesticides and just doing composting and organic gardening.
Now the property is getting to once again be part of a movement as Rodale Institute and the senior services organization Phoebe Ministries team up for a farm-to-table project.
We're going to utilize those initially at our Chestnut Ridge at Rodale site. We have 126 individual apartments over there with seniors, and we'll be providing the food that we grow here to that campus, and then it will extend out beyond that as we get further into the project.
At a moment in human history where we're more and more disconnected from our food source, we're now going to be able to point to this farm as a focal point in our community that's going to be growing healthy food for all of us to enjoy. Through the funding and the partnership at Phoebe Ministries, that funding is going to enable Rodale Institute to put up infrastructure and ultimately farm approximately 10 acres over the long term.
Though Rodale will maintain the farm, Phoebe residents will be invited to get their hands dirty as well.
We know that for people in retirement stage of life, they love gardening. There's something they're very passionate about. And so through this partnership, the residents in Phoebe will literally get their hands in the soil, which is really cool.
They love the idea. They're happy. Part of this is having them come out here and actually participate. They weren't grasping fully what that meant, so for me, they were like saying, we don't want to go hoe the field. It's like, I said, that's not what you're going to be doing. You're going to be having a good time over there. You'll enjoy it.
The initial crops will go to one section of the ministries, but the long-term goal is to expand and offer the organic produce to others in the community who may have a food insecurity.
Our socially disadvantaged communities deserve nutritious food as well, and so we want to make sure through this partnership that everyone in our community benefits.
In addition to 4 continuing care retirement communities, Phoebe also has 8 affordable housing locations, 3 long-term care pharmacies, and several other community-based services across 7 Pennsylvania counties. Now they are cultivating the land to continue cultivating relationships in the community.
It feels completely wonderful and appropriate, and I know my grandparents and my parents would be really happy with the whole way it worked out.
This farm had a rebirth in the early 1940s, and now we get to birth this farm anew again, and we're all very excited to get started. So without further ado, I think we're gonna move some dirt.
There's already a cover crop in the ground at the rehabbed farm. The produce will be planted in the spring. Those behind the project say they hope to set up a farmer's market in the future to offer the organic crops to the community. That'll do it for this edition of Living in the Lehigh Valley. I'm Brittany Sweeney, hoping you stay happy and healthy.